Hi everyone. This is what happened to me when I got government housing part 67. I have a lot of topics that I want to talk about, and that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get this series finished as soon as possible, because there are other things like the scanning and bugging of people's phones and other issues that go on in government housing that I need to discuss. And obviously I would like everyone's feedback on, but whether or not people respond to me is clearly up to you guys. People are faced with the reality of surveillance because of the technology that we have these days. But the other thing is that what I really wanted to talk to people about, and what I think is quite an interesting discussion, is the difference between the way we did things before camera phones and social media and the way we do things now that we have camera phones and social media. So, specifically in my case, the fact is that I suffered a lot before we had cameras and social media. And this technology, being the internet and platforms like BitChute, that allow you to upload content without censorship. Those things helped me to achieve some sort of justice. And as you know, I didn't receive compensation in court, and that's why I'm telling you, all of this so the details of my case, and I'm trying to help people to understand, the reality of the impact of the judgment that went against me. And I definitely have no power over the public servants who did the wrong thing by me. But I do have an opportunity to tell people what happened to me. And that is really meaningful and really important. But people get fobbed off when they talk about it. Like, I've actually seen people confront people in authority about surveillance. Like, for example, I remember one guy was on Q&A and he said, I had a conversation with someone, and a couple of minutes later, something similar, there was an ad on Instagram for exactly that thing. And so we do need to talk about it, but believe it or not, I wanted to talk about the positive things about the fact that people are being surveilled, because there are some, and it's not what you think, but I can't do it in this series or in this video. So if I get the opportunity to, I'm going to actually do it in a separate video, which I'll put up on my channel, or I'll have to wait till I finish this series and do it. But when I talk about that topic, I'm going to reveal some more things about myself, and hopefully help other people with the way they deal with that topic as well. So getting back to my story about what happened to me, the banging on the ceiling was getting worse and worse, and the noise was unbearable. So on the 19th of the 7th, 2017, I rang the compensation court, and I was told that the respondent had been notified for a second time about my application for compensation, but hadn't responded to the letter from court, and that they would organise a hearing after he responded to them. So he was exercising some power over my application, which I found really offensive. I thought my application for compensation was about me, and the court had twisted that into being about the respondent. And I can't understand why they did that. But that was basically how all my court hearings went. Even though I was the applicant in most hearings, there seemed to be a network of helpers for the respondent and a network of people against me. I didn't understand why it was so important to have the respondent involved in my court hearing. I thought that when someone applied to compensation, it was paid out by the state. Excuse me. I didn't think my application for compensation was against a respondent because I wasn't taking civil proceedings against him. I didn't understand why the court were making me attend a court hearing when I had supplied them with all the evidence, and I didn't understand why the respondent had to be present at the hearing. I dreaded going to the hearing, but I had been forced to deal with so much over the previous few years that it was just like another assault and another time when the people in the justice system had failed to protect me. But in this instance, they were failing to protect me from an assault that they were going to commit against me. And that's how I saw it, because I didn't want to go to court. I explicitly stated that I didn't want to go to court. I was given the option of not going to court, and they overrode that. And they were the ones who were going to subject me to the hearing and the respondent's presence. And yeah, so I dreaded every day that I woke up. And I don't know when that started. But sometimes I was so scared when I woke up in the morning that I would wake up with my toes curled over, and I would try to will myself back to sleep so I didn't have to think about the reality of what I had been through and how the people in the justice system had treated me. And mostly because I never knew what was going to happen to me next.